Five, four. Hey guys, we're back talking about street reality, what occurs with street altercations, and this is more about um, you all knowing, researching, understanding how altercations occur, learning the body language, understanding what's going on for you to better defend yourself or defend others that are around you. I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank everybody for clicking on our channel, because we got a lot of content out there, from small documentaries to our podcast, Gloves Off, to lessons, to workshops, a lot of stuff that goes on. Well, we're going to start with the first one. I'm going to look here on my phone, and let me put it here because I have them all lined up. And the first one starts off with, it's a street, you know, you have a guy in a jumpsuit that ends up kicking a guy in black shorts. I don't know what happened before. There's no sound in the video. Maybe an insult happened. Maybe the guy was trying to protect some some women that were there. Well, that guy just starts, in the red, kicks him. Starts standing in a, what you know of as a Taekwondo karate stance that's out there. You know, he has his legs to the side throwing. He threw some kind of punch that didn't reach him. The other guy couldn't fight his way out of a wet paper bag, but he had a punch. And this is about two things here that I'm going to talk to you about. When you all train, pick up your hands. If you're training in a style that teaches you to put your hands by your waist, you're never going to pick them up in the street. So with that being said, that gives you an idea of what's going to occur. They start continuing to go in the middle of the street, and I see the guy in black throw a John Wayne, and he was throwing a John Wayne straight, and you know, here's the fist, and that John Wayne's coming this way from the back, and he's angling it in that fashion. A lot of street fighters don't know how to punch, but they're going to try to hit you with the flat of the four knuckles across, you know, like this way, even though they're throwing John Waynes. You know, the first one missed him by a bit. The guy never picked up his hands, and sure enough, with a little scuffle, all of a sudden, bingo, that John Wayne came back, pops him right in the middle of the face, knocks him down, out cold. People, if you're going to train, two things are wrong. I'm not making fun of any style, but when you start putting yourself sideways, in the legs are parallel sideways, so you're actually perpendicular to the person, meaning here's a person's here and you're like this, forming a T, okay, and your feet are sideways, side by side. It's going to be very hard for you to do really anything, okay, because the other person's mobility, so you're probably just going to scoot up until something does happen. We in Savate, we kick to the legs, so there was a lot of openings in there. That's what I look for. You stand sideways, believe me, that front leg's going to go. You stand like the way the guy in black was doing, he's going to fall down because both legs were on top of each other. He was kind of stumbling over his walk. That was just a lucky punch, and the guy in red was actually a glass jaw. Again, this type of occurrences happen, and they happen all the time. Remember, folks, the way you train is what you're going to do in the street. There's no if, buts, or ors. Whatever you do in the street is how you train, okay? Let's go into some other ones. Let me find it here, because we got a couple. Let me see where we're at. Here's a classic one. The guy is, they're in a mall of some sort, and you have two guys in black, one with a cap. One is pushing the other one, throwing punches. The other guy's just stepping back. And he was just dodging it. When he was just stepping back, moving back in that sense, you can tell that being that calm the guy in the cap, I knew that something was going to happen. He was either trained in some instance or not, but guess what? He does a spinning tendu, of what we call spinning tendu in Savate, spinning hook kick, or a spinning side kick, and some other art of what you look, and he nails him right across the face. The other person goes down for the count. Listen, this is one of many types of kicks that I've seen in fights, but they're rarities. Okay, I would say between the scale from 1 to 10, out of every 8 fights that are knockouts from a hand, you probably have 3 that are some type of knockout or ending fight with a kick. Okay, let's continue moving forward. The next one is an altercation. It looks like there's some kind of fair. It starts off with 1 against 2, again holding shirts, and they're hitting them, becomes a target, and all of a sudden you just see all the security come in and just start bum rushing everybody. In fact, one of the guys in security was grabbing the other guy while his pants were falling down. It was actually very comical, but this type of situation will happen in those events, and it happens all the time. So you have to be very careful with the security and everybody else that grabs you, because what happens, you might be in an altercation, security grabs you, and somebody else finishes you off. And so be very careful not to get tangled up with security in that nature. The next one is in a bus terminal, and basically you have a person that's being very belligerent and starts, basically telling the other individual off, and all of a sudden he pushes him. The bus driver or somebody working for the company of buses, just as soon as he got pushed, turns back and knocks him down flat. Gets up, stumbling, kind of heads off to the bus. Folks, be very careful. Calm down when you're in an altercation. Never put both hands on somebody, because again, when you have your hands are tied up, your face is open. Don't be the aggressor. Don't be aggressive against somebody else. Ignore it. If something's going wrong, get their name tag. If something went wrong with the seating or the charging or what have you, write their names down and file a complaint. Call the police if they stole money. Do something else. Altercations of this nature, the police are going to get involved. Both of you aren't going to beat the ride. Both of you are going to go in, and you're going to be facing charges. Remember, they're going to drop something at you. So understand that. And more so if you're drinking beer and they say that you're drunk, all kinds of stuff can occur. Folks, be careful out there, okay? The world is cruel, the world is violent. And we use these altercations for us to see the way people move, the body reaction, the body language before and during an altercation, and what happens around there. Okay, keep saying this over and over. People are holding on to a shirt that's hit with a rear hand. People are going in as heroes trying to stop it. If you see a fight, unless that person's in danger, then you stop it. Other than that, don't get involved. Okay? Because that can turn on you. So, if you like this content, click share, click like, comment. If you have a fight that you want me to dissect and show a little bit of and see what happens, get a different point of view, please send them. We got several. All right. Until next time, much peace.